Hello, welcome back to bottom. My name is Beast, and today I'm not going to really mess around too long since I just want to get done with this. I had D&D session again earlier, and my god, the fucking dude that we had to fight was extremely fucking frustrating. Like, whoops. Tanks are all nicely lined up. They're over there fighting their own clones now. I mean, like, the fucking DM 100% played that enemy like the enemy was trying to fuck with us, which 100% the enemy was trying to fuck with us. And yeah. Anyways, after a short exchange consisting of a few words, I hear the sound of the door being shut.
もういいよ。
As I crawl out, I find a tray with breakfast on the side table.
ようくん、ほこりまみれ。
Same as last night, yeah.
落としてあげるね。
She pats my shoulders and back. Since I made my way over here right after school yesterday, I'm in my uniform's shirt. I also slept in the same attire.
お風呂入ってないよね。
Well, naturally.
バッチーね。
Well, what am I supposed to do?
バッチーママ私を抱いたんだね。
Sorry.
綺麗だったよ。
I'm getting conflicting messages here.
ようくんの体、私が拭いてあげようか。
She says.
新しいタオルあるから、お湯もあるしね。
Before I can answer, Yume nimbly moves over to the washstand and gets things ready. She fills a basin with hot water and brings it over together with fresh
ベ
towels.
ッドに座って。
Hold on.
座る前に裸になってね。
As if I could just readily do that. You really don't have to wipe my body.
でも、バッチーよ。
Not like I can change
バッ
it.
チーのに私を抱いたんだね。
Sorry.
綺麗だったよ。
What is she trying to achieve?
でも、今は綺麗じゃないからね。病室では清潔にね。
Then I'll do it myself.
私がしてあげる。
You don't have
責
to.
任取ってくれるんじゃないの？
How does that have anything to do with wiping my
聞
body?
かせてくれなかったら、私の病室に侵入者がいるって悲鳴上げながら廊下を駆け抜けるよ。
She has resorted to blackmail.
恥ずかしがらなくてもいいんだよ。
At some serious lack attacked.
私にもしたんだから、おあいこだね。
Well, okay, go ahead then.
素直なようくんは好きだよ。
Hearing the word love makes my heart flutter a bit. When I think back, I've told her I loved her several times, but she hasn't directly said it even once. Well, to backtrack, we aren't official. Sure, we did sleep with each other last night, but the truth of the matter is we still aren't technically dating. I was turned down by her once before, and that was it. There's been no development on that front since then. And we've gone about this in a seriously wrong order. Maybe I ought to confess to her one more time.
それじゃあようくん、脱いでね。
It's just my shirt
恥ず
fine.
かしいならそれでいいよ。
Proceed to take off my shirt, accompanied by some rustling. Yuma soaks a towel in the hot water, wrings it out, and climbs onto the bed. After removing my shirt, I sit down with my back turned towards her.
背中、大きいね。
She gently touches my back with her fingers. The room is heated, but it being winter, it is unsurprisingly still a bit chilly without clothes. It makes the sensation of Yuma's hand feel even warmer.
成長したんだね。
Yuma proceeds to wipe me down from my neck to my shoulders. Using another towel, I wipe my face. Lukewarm water's temperature also wipes away the coldness.
はい、腕上げて。
Stretch out my arms sideways, and Yumi cleans my body from my upper arms to wrists. After a few rounds of soaking and wringing the towel, she is finished with my upper back.
おとなしくしてたね。偉いね。
She touches my back with her fingers again. I can feel the sensation of her hair and forehead, not just her fingers. Gradually, she moves her arms over to my chest from behind me, wrapping them around me. Yume? She bites the side of my neck. Why? This time she licks me. What are you doing?
食べたくなったの。
Breakfast is right over there if you're hungry. Now a kiss.
綺麗になったよ。
She whispers softly next to my ear. I can feel Yume's breasts touching my back, which in turn makes me recall how hot her skin was when I touched it last night.
それじゃあ次は前だね。
I can do that myself.
あん
Ah, ow, don't bite me!
うん、
Ah, don't go for my ears now. Don't lick
ゆ
me.
うべ意地悪されたから、いっぱい触られたから、お返しだよ。
With that, she pulls away from me.
前拭いてあげるから、こっち向いて。
I don't want this to end up depressing as fuck, but at the same time, it'd be kind of cheap if they decide to, like, ham-fist her suddenly getting healthy again. Turn around and pull her into my arms. And steal a kiss. We are now in a position where we are locking each other's arms from the front. In that state, we both stare into the eyes of the other from point-blank
不意打
range.
ち。
Now it's my payback.
生意気だぞ。
The two of us bring our lips together. We repeat light pecking kisses.
よく、丸だね。
How am I?
朝からこんな
Can I go on?
調子に乗りすぎだぞ。
She bumps my forehead with hers and draws away from me.
朝ごはんが終わったら薬飲まなきゃだから、看護師さんが食事を片付けに来るときに持ってきてくれるの。よくん、その時はまたベッドの下だね。
Great. She's gone through the trouble of wiping me off, and now I'll just get dirty
よ
again.
うくんが止まったなんてバレたら、久垣先生になんて言われるだろう。
Well, I guess that'll make the third time leading to the release of his inner
そ
demon.
の時はお願いね。
I'll do absolutely everything in my power to assure it doesn't come to that, but should the demon really be set loose, I'll become the shield.
ようくんの低層を
Why? A shield for you,
ど
duh?
うやって
Hide you behind my back and protect you?
私に背を向けたら噛みついちゃうかも。
Come on, whose side are you on? I stand up and take back my shirt, after which I fix up my uniform.
まだ全部拭いてなかったのに。
That was enough. More importantly, breakfast is waiting.
そうだね。半分こしよっか。
I'm good, you ate it.
ダメ。ようくんも食べるの。
I'm
お
fine.
姉さんの言うことが聞けないの？
Sure am.
素直じゃないようくんはゴミ箱にポイするよ。
Go ahead and do it. Don't bite my ear!
うん
Don't bite my earlobe!
一緒に食べよう。
No.
うん
That hurts! Don't lick me! Don't lick my ears or neck. She kisses my neck. Yume. Move in for a kiss, but Yume pulls away from me before that.
ようくん、食べるのは私じゃないぞ。
Well, you're the one who got me in the mood.
私を朝ごはんにしたら食べられましたって悲鳴上げながら廊下を駆け抜けるよ。
It is literally torment to go from being turned on to being dropped like a hot
よう
potato.
くん、男の子なんだからたくさん食べないと。
Okay, got it, but you need to eat more than
妥
me.
協点？
Right.
頭でっかちなんだから。
After we are done eating breakfast, it becomes time for her medicine, so I hide under the bed. Once that is done, Yume is then holding a toothbrushing set in her hands.
ようくん、どうぞ。
Ah,
歯
what?
磨きしてないでしょ？使っていいよ。
Yume brushed her teeth after breakfast. Hold on. Isn't that your toothbrush?
使っていいよ。
Really?
汚いから嫌かな。
Nah, I don't mind. I don't find sharing a toothbrush with you gross in the
よかっ
slightest.
た。
It pushes it on to me with a here. It feels like we're living together. Actually, on second thought, I don't think you'd use the same toothbrush, even if you were living together. I position myself in front of the sink and take Yume's toothbrush into my hand. Yume is gazing outside the window. After waiting a while, I return to Yume.
歯磨き終わった
Yeah, thanks for letting me
ど
borrow
うい
it.
たしまして。
In the end, I can't bring myself to use a toothbrush. It isn't like I don't want to use it. I just can't. I stayed over without really getting her permission. Then even ate part of her breakfast. Anything more would naturally just not feel right. Feel like I'll never be able to become a suitable man for her if I just keep indulging in her generosity. Though if I tell her that, of course she'd just tell me I didn't need to hold back.
ようくん、朝ごはん少なかったんじゃない？育ち盛りだし、足りなかったら買ってきていいよ。
They have places to buy food here?
中央病棟の1階に売店あるから、行ってきていいよ。
Would I get caught if I walk around the hospital at this time?
もう診察時間始まってるし、外来の患者だって思われるだけだよ。
It is past 8 now. The road to Buddy High on Yume Hill must be empty. All the students should be in first period right now. But if this were a normal day, I'd be included there as
お金
well.
ないなら貸してあげるよ。
I'm fine on money, but I don't think I'll
いい
go.
の？
Yeah, to begin with, visiting hours haven't started yet, right?
そうだけど。
If I go down to the first floor, I won't be able to come back up here. Yume doesn't answer. Think I'll stay here.
無理してない？
No.
本当かな？
If you're tired now, I'll leave.
私は関係ないよ。
But to me, Yume matters all the time in any situation. Are you sure you don't want to lie down?
ベッドに座ってるだけで十分。
You want to pass the spot next to her.
座る？
Sure. We gaze out the window, shoulder to shoulder. The weather's fair, but unlike back in the city, it isn't arid. I can feel definite humidity. So we continue to stare at the scenery outside for a long time, only sporadically exchanging words about stuff that comes to mind. To me, there seems to be a certain envy contained in Yume's gaze. Something funny that happened before this. I took a short bathroom break during the D&D session, and during that I went into Ellis's stream. I was like, yo, my D&D character slowly but surely turning into an alcoholic because a demon keeps fucking with him. Ellis's reaction to that message was just like, well, isn't that just like real life then? And I just sit there like, okay, you didn't have to do me dirty like that, but I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. Not opening that one today, though. That one will be opened tomorrow. But we go outside. Hearing my question, Yuma turns towards me with a huh. Could sneak outside like the other day. What about it?
夜になったら？
Nah, this time during daytime.
昼って。
Such a good weather. I bet it'll feel great outside. Feeling up to it, we could maybe go on a walk or something. I mean, the issue was that before it seemed like to be a case of she snuck outside without permission, which implies she cannot go outside if she manages to get permission. It makes a troubled
でき
expression.
ないよ。
Yes, it is.
私が廊下歩いてると看護師さんが声かけるし、玄関出ようとするとガードマンが飛んでくるし。
I have a way around that.
私をさらう考え？
Bingo, I have a secret plan to steer you away from the hospital. What's your call, Yume? Are you in or out? Will you seize the hand of your kidnapper or choose not to? Hold out my hand to her. Yume says in an exasperated
本
fashion.
当に男の子なんだから。
She takes my hand.
生意気な男の子なんだから。
then leave Yume's hospital for the time being. There are certain things I need to do if I want to take Yume outside. It is still before noon, just 1 hour shy of when visiting hours start. Since I have on my new school uniform, I'm concerned about someone questioning me as I walk through the hospital, but nothing of the sort happens. Since there are hardly any people that go through the westwards hallways in the first place, I don't even pass by anyone. I decide it's better to not deal with the central ward, so I exit the hospital through the westwards entrance. I then proceed to make a few purchases at a store by the nearby station, then promptly make my way back to the hospital with my preparations complete. By the time I get back, visiting hours have started, so I headed over to Yume's hospital room without worry.
ようくん。
Yume's in the middle of eating lunch.
おかえりなさい。戻ってこないかもって思ってたよ。
Sorry it took me so long.
あれ？
Seems like Yume's finally noticed.
ようくん、私服に着替えたんだ。
Yeah, I figured I might as well.
家に帰ったの？
Nope, I bought these at a store by the station. Since naturally I wouldn't find the items I needed at the hospital store here, I made my way over to the shopping area by the station. Whoops. After changing into these clothes in the store's dressing room, I went and stuffed my uniform inside a luggage locker at the station. My biggest worry was the fact that it was a school day. Walking around town in uniform while school was still in session was, needless to say, a bit conspicuous. Also, this is for you. I lift up the bag I'm holding. Everything else I've bought is inside there.
それが、ようくんが言ってた秘策？
Yep, goods we'll use to kidnap you.
そのバッグに私を入れて持ち運ぶとか？
Well, naturally I wouldn't fit you in something this small. It would fit into something this small.
ようくん、ご飯は？
Nah, didn't.
ようくんの分、残しておいたよ。
Yume holds out the tray to me. There's a half-eaten meal there. Am I getting a chomp if I say no? Yume positions herself next to me and wraps my arms around my neck. After which she latches herself onto me.
こうやって、いろんなとこ噛んじゃうぞ。
As she whispers that next to me here, I sense her breathing. Put my arm around her back. His breasts squash against my chest. We kiss.
こら、食べるのは私じゃないぞ。
Can I just have a
ダ
little?
メ。
Yume smoothly draws away from me.
私のことさらうんでしょ？
I nod. How are you
う
feeling?
ん。大丈夫。
Can you get changed?
この前の服しかないけど。
That's fine, since we'll be going outside, we can go buy some clothes anyway. Yume doesn't answer. I'm glad he bought them for you as a present or something. Still no reply. She just flashes that lonesome smile at me. I open the bag and say, once you got changed, put these on as well. Took out a broad brimming hat and a jacket and passed them to Yume. My plan is a simple one. Wearing the hat will allow her to conceal her face by hanging low, and the jacket will also switch up her appearance compared to what the staff is used to. With the help of that disguise, he should be able to sneak out of the hospital. He's gonna get caught. After I eat the lunch Yume had left for me, I wait outside in the hallway until she has changed. With all preparations complete, we then get by, going out side by side. What? We then get going, probably. Get going, side by side. On the way to the entrance, we pass by several people, but we act as composed and natural as possible. Nobody stops us on the way, and we easily leave the hospital.
無事に出られたね。
We stow the hat and jacket in the bag and take a moment to catch my breath. I stow the hat and jacket in the bag and take a moment to catch my
変
breath.
装作戦成功だね。
Yeah, it honestly went a lot better than I thought it would.
玄関通るとき、ガードマンに声かけられるんじゃないかってドキドキしちゃった。
He did look at us, but ultimately did
こ
nothing.
の病院、セキュリティ甘いのかな？
Kind of think of it, the security at Ibari High is lax like this
ひ
too.
ばりが崎の特色なのかな？
Well, I still think they should work on improving
でも、
some.
私は好きだよ。都会に比べてのんびりしてる この街が。
I feel like that too. Life here feels nice and relaxed, like time itself moves at a slower pace. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind if it stopped completely. Nothing would be better than being able to enjoy life like this with Yume for eternity. Alright then, Yume. I hold out my hand to her. I'll take you wherever you want. Our
お
palms
姫
overlap.
様を救出した王子様だね。
The place Yume wants to go is the lookout. Propose going by taxi for that matter, but Yume turns that offer down. I'm worried about her stamina going up that big hill, but still Yume will not concede. So we got on the train at the station and make for our destination. Sure you'll be fine? I get off the train and go outside to the rotary. The slope begins from this point onward. Along that path is my house, steady body high, and if we go even further beyond that, we reach the lookout. Yume's eyes are set on that long slope. She looks at it with the same gaze she looked outside the window.
歩きたい。子供の頃みたいに夢見坂を登りたい。ヨウくんを初めて案内した時みたいにドキドキしながらこの坂を登りたいの。
This time it is Yume who holds her hand
だ
out
か
to
ら
me.
今日はお姉さんが連れて行ってあげるんだよ。
As I lay my palm over hers, Yume grasps my hand and smiles. After we walk hand in hand for a while, we pass by my house. Yume?
どうしたの？急に止まって。
Are you feeling alright? The clamp's not wearing you out, is it?
もう平気だってば。心配性なんだから。
We can take a break if you want.
どこで？
Right here. I point at the house next to us. This is my place. Back when I used to hang out with Yume in the past, I was living in an apartment. However, this place is the home I was born
そ
in.
う。ここがヨウくんの家。
Yume looks up at it. She keeps gazing at it for a long time, almost like she wants to engrave its image into her mind. So, what do you say? Want to take a
家
break?
族の人とかいないの？
One of them probably is, yeah.
じゃあヨウくん怒られちゃうよ。本当は学校行ってる時間なのに。
Quite frankly, I can't see Aunt Shino getting angry about literally anything. Like, possibly about murder, I guess? Well, she's an extremely kind-hearted person who'd let it slide. I think she'd also be delighted to meet you.
ううん。
Yume shakes her head.
ヨウくんの家族には会えない。まだ会えないよ。
She grips my hand stronger. When will you?
わからない。近いうちに会えるかもしれないし、ずっと会えないかもしれない。未来を知るのは宇宙を知るより難しいからね。
Yume then starts walking again, so I can only follow along. She's walking slowly, but still with a steady pace. See no signs of her being tired yet. Nevertheless, I'm ready to immediately call a taxi or ambulance should something happen. But the high school gate comes into sight. Yume comes to a halt and directs the same gaze she did towards my house at the school building. Yume said she hates school, but in reality it is anything but that. She loves school. You could sense that even back as a kid.
みんな授業中かな。
Lunch break is over, so they probably are. I can't see anyone around. There's dead
こ
silence.
こにサボってる不良がいますって大声出したらどうなるかな。
I'd make like a tree and get the hell out of here.
私を置いて
I'd take you along, of course.
手を引っ張って。
Nope, more dramatic. I'd pick you up and carry you off in my
お
arms.
姫様を誘拐する悪の王子様だね。
If we idle here for too long, someone might catch us. Just a little more, Yume. We're almost to the lookout.
向かわないとだね。
If it were the weekend, I could probably bring you in without getting caught. I was thinking I could show you around Hibari High when we were half the chance. Want her to nod. However, Yume only smiles at me. It is intentional, of course. She's avoiding making promises for the future. Past Yubari High, the slope gets even steeper. Yume's steps start to get heavier. She's pretending to be fine, but she can't hide the fact that her pace has slowed down a considerable amount. Want to stop and rest some?
もうちょっとなんだから。
Her breaths are heavy, which I can see visibly flow with the wind. While the wind is cold, I feel warmth from her hand. Also sweat. Given the situation, that body heat only serves to heighten my anxiety rather than set my mind at ease.
見えてきたね。
After walking a fair bit, we arrive at the fence. For our eyes lays a barrier blocking our advance.
迂回するんだよね。
Yume. I pull on Yume's arm as she's about to enter the woods to the side, stopping her.
どうしたの？
Stay still for a second. I embrace her. Her body feels hot and her heartbeat is violent. I resolve myself in my mind, then carefully lift her up in my arms. She's as light as a feather. I had the exact same sense when I slept with her last night. Let's take some time to cool down once we get to the lookout, okay?
ようくん。
Don't move around, Yume.
これ、お姫様抱っこ。
Well, what better way is there to kidnap the
下
princess?
ろして。
No can
お
do.
姉さんの言うこと。
No, I won't.
生意気だぞ。
Well, I've grown into a man now, Yume. Get going with her in my arms. Yume tightly grasps my
強
clothes.
くなったんだね。私のことを簡単に抱えられるくらい、こんなつもりなかったのにな。情けないな。これじゃあ失格だね。ヨウくんに甘えてもらえなくなっちゃうね。
I advance while paying careful mind to that no branches hit Yume. Yume doesn't struggle any. She's just staring at the ground, not making a peep. My only real reason for doing this is to give her at least a little bit of a rest. Once we get past the trees, my vision widens. We arrive at our destination. You can feel the rustling of the plants and the clear fresh air that pervades this place. And of course, who could forget the vast blue sky that reigns above us. I imagine once the sun is down, it'll be twinkling with an infinite amount of stars. This place of our childhood has always welcomed us like this, in this very fashion.
昼の展望台も変わってないね。思い出の中のまま、何も変わってない。
By now, I've let Yume down. She walks a few steps, then turns around to me.
変わったのは、私たちと、私たちの関係かな？
Our relationship has changed. Like how?
さあ、どんな風にだろうね。
Yume holds down her hair as it tries to sway with the cold winter breeze. That wind continues to blow between the two of us. Eyes narrowed, Yume maintains a set distance from me. Not too close and not too far. Yume, is it alright for me to decide how our relationship has changed?
それは、どんな関係？
Lovers. First love may have ended unrequited, and I may have gotten rejected by you once before. I can still, without a shred of doubt in my mind, say that I love her. Well, actually, it is somewhat different from that. My love for her has grown. I've learned something throughout all this. The fact that the man I am now loves Yume more than the young me had all those years ago. I truly and honestly love her from the bottom of my heart. I'm convinced of that. Yume, I want to be your boyfriend. So please go out with me. At the end of the day,
ごめんね。
the raging winter wind blows about both of
い
our
くら
hair.
ヨウくんが私を好きだと言ってくれても、私はヨウくんを好きだと言えない。ヨウくんとは付き合えない。恋人にはなれない。
My banks sway, barring my vision. Yume's figure keeps disappearing, then subsequently reappearing again. She is an intangible cloud beyond my reach. That is what Ototsu Yume has always been to me, both then and now. Like a flower just before being plucked off, like an illusion I'm only permitted to see for a short period of
ヨウ
time.
くんはもう優等生になれたから、 私の仕事はもうおしまい。次は私じゃない誰かに甘えるんだよ。ヨウくんならそれができるから。
Even if I reach out my hands, it will only grasp air. And if I move closer to her, I'll only slip right through her. Am I gonna let this happen again? I'm gonna let her slip out of my grasp? Will I have to face this painful parting yet again?
私帰るね。病院に帰るね。追ってこないでね。お姫様抱っこなんてしたら噛むからね。一人で帰ることくらいできるから。私も強くなりたいから。
Yume passes by me. I turn around. Her pace is slow but steadfast. I want to go after her, but I know I can't. I can't stop her. Seeing her walk like that renders me unable to. She doesn't need help. She doesn't need me. The way she's walking tells me that loud and clear. I see now. I've always thought of Yume as someone that I need in my life. If she doesn't need me, I guess it really is a one-sided love. We weren't meant to be together. We weren't meant to walk down the same road. The wall that separates me and her is unassailable. So my love needs to remain unrequited. It is only natural for me to let go of her. Still hiding herself is Mare watching over Yo. Yume has disappeared from his sight already. Even though they both watched her leave together, Yo did not see Mare. Regardless of that, she is there. The conditions for manifesting herself in this dimension are hard during the day, so she isn't, that's all. She strained her ears to hear Yo's confession, and learned what came of it. Learned that his love had turned out unrequited. That leads to Mare gathering her resolve. There's something she knows she has to do. If her promise with Yume is still in effect, she knows it is her responsibility to do it. The reason it has taken her so long lies in the feelings that had blossomed through her time with Yo. With that unbounded spectrum of feelings as a variable, the derived solution from the equation would always, without question, be indefinite. Mare's heart would feel queasy, irritated, wouldn't stop racing. Most of the time, the conclusion she arrived at was that she wanted to hit Yo's head with her scythe. Though she now figures it might be time to be upfront with things. Having witnessed that Yo and Yume's feelings don't intersect, she has no other choice but to resolve herself at last.
Yo-kun no baka-baka.
These words, however, don't reach Yo's ears. The invisible figure of Mare then leaves. Yume sits in her bed motionlessly. She has her hands folded over her lap with her eyes turned downwards. She bites her lip, staying meticulously still as if to bear something against something that is welling up inside her. In truth, she wants to stand up and gaze outside the window. She wants to gaze down at the sea that has lost its horizon to the night sky, her daily routine before going to bed. She wants to send out her heart to the ocean full of stars, but her stamina right now is too weak. She can't. Her condition has taken a turn for the worse after returning from the lookout. Taking her time, she descended Yume Hill on her own. With a certain sense of accomplishment coursing through her, she then used a taxi for the rest of the way back to the hospital. She spent the entire afternoon resting in her bed. She was burning up, had an awful headache, and couldn't bring herself to eat dinner. Even though she received an extra dose of medicine from the nurse that came to check on her, she still feels just as awful. Did she overstep her body's limitations? Is that just desserts for not listening to Dr. Hisakaki? Is this her punishment for going against his word a third time?
Yo-kun no seiじゃないからね。
Maintaining consciousness requires serious effort. Just the sleepiness itself is worse than the pain. She can't allow herself to just close her eyes and fall asleep with that. She's afraid that she may never open her eyes again if she were to close them now. Her forehead is covered in cold sweat. Her legs are shaking. She can't stand her body up and plant her feet on solid ground. Simultaneously, she can't give in to her desire to sleep and lie down either.
情けないな。
All she can do is sit there and endure the pain, never allowing help from anyone. Silently, all alone, she fights on to preserve her consciousness, to protect the tiny flame representing her life. She fights against the advancing drowsiness, with only the wish she made that day so long ago as her support.
辛いの苦しいの
As Yuma raises her head, she finds the small girl she met once before her. Once before her. Just like last time, she seems to have appeared out of thin air.
死神さ
Yuma addresses her with a clinging
ん
voice.
私の命借りに来たの私が狩るのは悪夢よ何
Whoops.
悪夢って何その人にとって従いたいのに従わないもの好きなのに好きになってくれないもの叶えられない夢のこと片思いの相手みたいだね間違ってはいないと思う君は私の悪夢を借りに来たのそうじゃないあなたの悪夢を借ることは約束にないあの日祈ったあなたの願い事はヨウくんの悪夢を借ることだった
Yuma has no way of understanding that. Mare's words are not incorrect per se, but they are only a metaphor. However, there is no other good way to illustrate these things. So Mare voices her thoughts as they are.
私はあなたが嫌いヨウくんを悲しませるあなたが嫌いそっか君はヨウくんが好きなんだねそんなことないお願い死神さんヨウくんの力になってあげて私はもうヨウくんの力にはなれないから足手まといにしかならないからヨウくんが私を頼っても答えてあげる力がないからだから代わりにバカバカヨウくんに頼ってほしいなら強くなればいいのに甘えてほしいならもっと成長すればいいのにできないんだよもう時間がないんだよこのままじゃ中途半端にしかならないんだよ途中までは支えても結局松葉杖が折れたら患者さんは倒れてしまうその松葉杖はとても脆いから患者さんが一人で立てるようになるまでは全然持たない助けてあげることはできないのだからお願いヨウくんのことを好きな君だから託せるんだよあなたはまだ願っているのヨウくんに自分のことを忘れてほしいって願ってるよ昔も今も過去の願い事はどんなことがあっても変わることがないんだよ変わってしまう何もかもの中で唯一変わらない私の永遠なんだよヨウくんついに明日だね引っ越し明日だね
Yeah.
私見送りに行くね夕方に駅から電車に乗るんだよね
Yeah.
明日駅に見送りに行くからね
Okay.
絶対に行くからね
Alright, John.
何
Could you tell me your address or phone number, maybe? way I can call you, or write you letters. Still talk even after I'm gone. So, could you please tell me?
ごめんね。それはね、できないの。
Why not?
ヨウくんにはまだ早いからだよ。それに、私にも
What's too early about
ま
that?
だ教えてあげられない。
When can you?
ヨウくんが大人になったら、大人になって成長したら、成長して強くなったら、私も強くなるから。私はそうなりたいから。だから私たちがそうなったら教えてあげるよ。
Is that a promise?
再会の約束。
Will we be both? Will we be grown-ups by then? Will we be strong?
それは約束できない。それだけは確約できない。だってそれはお願い事だから。星の神様に聞いてもらって、織姫と彦星にお願いして、そして私が叶える夢だから。
It is silent. So silent I almost want some noise to come. My hands were tightly gripping my phone in my pants pocket. Whether it was due to loneliness or anxiety, I can't tell. I've had my phone turned off this entire time ever since I first went to visit Yume yesterday. Since I didn't show up at school, I imagine I must have received calls or messages, but I don't feel like checking. Anyhow, my surroundings are a mix of desolation and silence. I want someone's voice to come. Otherwise, I'll sink into thought again like I've been doing. My mind went back to that day 7 years ago, that Tanabata where Yume and I swore to meet again. Calling that sensation managed to soothe my heart some, but reality came back and struck me, causing my heart to bleed again. In the end, Yume hadn't come to say goodbye to me on the day I moved. I kept waiting for her in front of the station. Since I didn't have a cell phone back then, I kept looking around restlessly in search of her. Ultimately, it came time for the train's departure, but I still hadn't found Yume. A terrible wave of despondency washed over me. That was when I noticed something glowing in the sky. Instead of Yume, I'd spotted a shooting star. A shooting star from 7 years ago. Well, it did bestow light upon me, now that I think about it. It prompted me to resolve myself to not forget Yume, to make absolutely sure I saw her again.
ヨウくん。
Mare is standing in front of me. I don't know how long she's been there, but she's peering down at me with her usual sullen expression as I sit on the cold ground. Oh, Mare, you're pretty late. I've been waiting for you.
嘘つき。
Why am I a liar?
ヨウくん、一人でいたいからここにいたんじゃないの。家に帰らないでずっとここにいたんじゃないの。
You were watching?
うん。
Quite spectacular rejection, wasn't it? God, I can only imagine how pathetic I must have looked. I sigh heavily and stand up. Mare keeps her eyes resting on the ground. How am I supposed to even face her now? How can I after that? What am I supposed to do when I visit her?
それなら簡単。
Mare finally looks at me, firmly straight in the eye.
行かなければいい。お見舞い。行かなければいい。二度と会わなければいい。
Mare then raised her scythe high into the air. The blade graphically reflects the magnificently bright starlight, and all I can do is stare in a daze.
ヨウくんは彼女のことを忘れればいい。
With a silvery flash of light, the scythe then draws an approaching trajectory. I can still only stare at it
そし
dumbfounded.
てまた最初からやり直せばいい。
The sensation of warm light is born within my chest.
これでもう思い悩む むことはない。ようくんが悲しむことはない。
Bit by bit, the light spreads. That light merges and assimilates into the light that had been nesting within me, to then take one shape. A vortex of liberation erupts. Amidst it, my soul is like a star hovering in the night sky. That star contains within it my precious memories. Mare takes this into her body, quells it, then sends it back. Afterwards, slowly tears stream down her
これ
cheeks.
で彼女との約束は果たした。ようくんとの約束はもう果たしてある。だから約束はおしまい。私の役目は終わる。私も帰ることになる。私が結んだ絆は途切れる。ようくんとさよならする。ありがとう。私と友達になってくれて、あなたのおかげで私は一人でいなくなることはない。あなたに見送られていなくなることができる。こうしてバイバイできるんだよ。
Yeah, fuck this route, currently. I failed. Did the fuck he changed to spring? The wind that blows across the lookout is unexpectedly strong. Must be the springs first. It is! Okay! What the fuck? Since the temperature is warmer now than in winter, the breeze doesn't bother me one bit. Actually, maybe it's just right for my body, which is stiff from all the sitting. After Ebuddy High's graduation ceremony was over, I made my way over here. Only the sound of the vegetation rustling can be heard. It is devoid of all people. That day was the last time I saw Mare. Back then, she said she would return. She read my nightmare and said her farewells to me. Every single detail about it is fuzzy to me. Why it was necessary, why she even stabbed me in the first place. What the nightmare even was that Mare reaped. Maybe it was something important. Maybe it was something irreplaceable. I'll never know. At this point, I can't find the answer to that on my own. I have nobody to tell me either. All I can do is stand here as spring's first wind blows through the gaping hole in my heart. Guess I'll go home. I suppose this is my farewell to the lookout too. It's still off limits. Now that I've graduated from Ebuddy High, I no longer have any reason to go up Yume Hill. So straight up, just like fucking 2 years past, like nothing. My friends should still be out near the school gate. Imagine they're talking with each other, smiles on their faces, while taking commemoration photos. I told them I had a little something to do and sneaked off, but it's probably best to go join them now. May have come here in search of something to fill the void in my heart, but it doesn't seem to have done anything. Just like that someone once said to me, maybe it's still too early for me. But that only begs the question, when will I be able to? When will I be able to seize that something? When will I be able to protect those that I hold dear?
ごめんね。待った？
This girl is standing there. She seems to have come here to visit the
よ
lookout.
うくん。
The girl calls my name, which must mean she's someone I know. But oddly enough, I don't know
この
her.
場所に桜はないね。スプリングエフェメラルはないんだね。終わったようで終わらないんだね。変わったようでいて変わりはしないんだね。
I'm just so fucking confused.
変わってしまう何もかもの中で変わらないものだって確かにある。ずっといつまでもそこにある。
Who is this girl before me? If you noticed the questioning look on my face or not, she's giving me a lonesome smile.
私はね、おとつ夢っていうの。
I don't know why, but a pain courses through my chest upon hearing that name. The empty heart heart aches. I can't ascertain what exactly these feelings are. I can tell with a certainty that my emotions are strong. With such very violent emotions that the younger version of myself within me is screaming.
ありがとう、ヨウくん。ありがとう。死神さん、君と再会できて嬉しかった。また出会えるともっと嬉しい。私と遊びたくなったらいつでも言ってね。私は君と一緒にいるのが好きだから、きっといつまでも変わらずに。私は君が好きだから。
The girl then leaves. I can't go after her. Maybe because there's something telling me I will see her again. We'll meet again. And that is surely something to be joyous about. Which is precisely why I couldn't meet the other girl. Could never again meet her. She, the girl that saved us. That is surely something terribly sorrowful. So is it actually a case of her reaping his nightmare just somehow fucking cured her of her sickness? Or what? I'm just confused. But it is simply the price to pay. Giving rise to something means parting with something else. It all comes back to the law of conservation of mass. That very principle of nature is once again being thrust before my eyes. Nausea washes over me. Conclusion and all its impartiality is making me dizzy.
これでいいの？
I don't know.
あなたは納得できる？あなたは幸せ？
I don't know. There's one thing I do know. This isn't enough. There's someone I let go of. There's a girl whom I ought to have protected but couldn't. Yume is right here, however Mare isn't beside her.
守りたい？
I do.
守れるの？
I can.
だけどあなたは守れていない。
That's right. My powers alone weren't enough.
それはあなたの罪じゃない。それはあなたが弱いってことじゃない。
I won't give up. I can't bring myself to give up now. I don't want to choose just one of them. I don't want to sacrifice either of them.
だけどそれはとても欲張りなこと。
Maybe so. So be it. Except that giving one of them up is the only option. I'll never reach my destination by standing still.
じゃあどうするの？
My power alone wasn't enough. I alone couldn't reach it. It was my own weakness for not being able to admit that. So, I want you to lend me a hand. I want you to help me. I want you to help me, Mom.
あなたのことを助けてあげる。あなたの力になってあげる。あなたが私を頼ってくれるのなら。
In death, she's just fucking finally about time. Well, time to make a fucking miracle happen to make up for all this time lost.
初めて甘えてくれたから。だからあなたはがむしゃらになっていい。後ろを振り返るにはまだ早い。あなたは欲張っていい。あなたの力は一つじゃないから。あなたの幸せは一人のものじゃないから。あなたの笑顔が私の幸せ。あなたの幸せがみんなの幸せ。たとえ前だけを見つめていたって、後ろを支えてくれる人に気づかなくたって、私たちは満ち足りる。それが家族だから。私の叶えたかった夢だから。 あなたを家族の光が届く地へ運んであげる。
Damn, it took all the
これ
fucking
は
wrong drugs.
どうした？
今大きな光を感じました。とても温かい、まるで家族みたいな。家族なんて忘れていますけど。
俺が家族だ。そう言ったろ。
どうせ気休めです。
ずっと一緒だ。誓っただろ。
頭撫でる大河君は嫌いです。大体大河君にはもう家族がいるじゃないですか。
そうかもな。霞にも子供たちにも何もしてやれなかった俺だけどな。
それなら私が代わりに見守っていたじゃないですか。
あ、だからお前も家族の一員だ。今度は何だ？
流れ星。
どこだ？
消えてしまいました。
そうか。
お願い事言うの忘れました。
何を願いたかったんだ？
内緒です。
そうか。
お願い事残念です。
また見えるさ。流れ星はもう一度流れるさ。
That's right. So I, Saga Cosme, also wish again. My wish is family. Why the fuck are we? Why the fuck am I suddenly a MILF? Wait, what? I didn't say anything. Both the child Tiger has given me and the child Chihiro has given me. The Kokosaka Yo and Kokosaka Jin and me, my two precious babies. Are you holding up all right without me? Whoops. Are you living out every day with a smile on your face? I'm sorry I can't be there with you. I'm sorry I left you two all alone. Both in the past and even still. I've caused both of you to endure so much pain and loneliness. I've left you with nothing but sadness in your heart. It's all my fault because of my selfishness.
姉さん、そこにいるんですか？姉さん。ずっと気がかりだった。ずっと心残りだった。私はあの子に嫌われているんじゃないかって。ようちゃんのこと？家事をよく手伝ってくれた。幼かったちなみの面倒をよく見てくれた。嫌な顔一つしなかった。わがままを言わなかった。私を困らせることは何一つしなかった。そうやっていつも我慢ばかりさせていた。ようちゃんは昔から我慢をする子だったから。ようにはいつだって無理をさせてきた。だからかもしれない。ようは私たちの前では笑顔を見せても、家族の前では笑っていても、外では笑わなくなった。海水浴に誘ってもついてくることはなかった。夏祭りに誘ってもついてくることはなかった。だから思った。わかったの。私が見ているようの笑顔は本当の笑顔じゃないんだって。ただ無理をしていただけだって。笑顔の仮面だったって。いいえ、姉さんが見ていた笑顔は本当の笑顔だったと思います。だってようちゃんはあなたが好きだった。あなたの息子はあなたが母親で幸せだった。当たり前なのに、そんなの当たり前のことなのに、私も何度も言っていると思いますよ。ようちゃんが姉さんを頼らなかったこと。それは 姉さん一人のせいにはならないこと。一方だけじゃない。両方が歩み寄らないといけないから。それが家族だと思いますから。なのに姉さんはいつも自分だけを責めてばかり。子供を叱らないで自分が悪いんだって、そう考えてばかり。本当に姉さんは親バカなんだから。頑張ったね、ヨウくん。
I'm crying so much that I'm nearly drowning in the endless flow of these
大変
tears.
だったね。辛かったよね。もう泣いてもいいからね。我慢しなくていいからね。私が許すから。我慢しなくていいって私が許すから。
All this time I kept bottling up my feelings, never leaning on anyone, never asking anyone for help, and eventually I forgot how to cry. That was when I realized it. For the first time I understood that sometimes I ought to rely on others. That was the reason I'd been placed here right now. I finally reached my destination.
私はヨウくんの恋人じゃないから唇にはできないけど、だけどここにはできるんだよ。
Yume kissed me on my forehead. Back as a kid, I received one from the young Yume, and I received one too from Mare, who was the spitting image of that young Yume. Tonight, the grown-up Yume does it. So then, how many times does this make now? In reality, I was turning my back, averting my eyes from the truth. I was brushing away the hands that were reaching out towards me. Now, I've once considered taking them as an option. I chose to forego all the opportunities I had to rely on others, the moments where I should have relied on others. So there was only one thing for me to do now. Seize that hand. Don't lose her. Never let go again. I'm just so fucking confused. What the fuck is happening? We're back.
こんにちは、ユメさん。学校帰りにお見舞いに来ましたよ。
Did we go back in time?
病院だから静かにお邪魔しまーす。挨拶がすでにうるさい。大所帯で押しかけてごめんなさいね。
だけど病室にはなんとか入りきれ
Well,
そうだね。
well, I'm kind of curious. I'm just like, check. Okay, it's still set to only skip unread text. Disable skipping unread text on. Yeah, it's only set to skip read text. So if I click skip now, it okay. Yes, we fucking went back in time. Well, you know what? If that's how it's gonna be, like, I'm just gonna go get the. Whoops. I guess I don't get to take a break then. I don't want her to say stuff like that. I went. Just can't accept those words. Still, I'm unable to say anything in response. Can't thoughtlessly say things as I don't know the particulars of your illness. Unless she tells me about it, all the words of encouragement I say will be nothing but consolation. However, I can't stay by her side. I can continue visiting her. Even if she bans me from visiting her again, I won't give up on that. That was my sacred calling, my duty that took precedent over anything else. I'm just confused.
ねえ、ヨウくん、あの星、十字架に見える。
Yep, that's Cygnus's northern cross. That's right, at this time of year, that Cygnus's beak is stuck in the horizon, making it look like a cross is standing there.
白鳥座って三角形を作るのよね。
Actually, I'm gonna take a quick break now, though. Be right back. And I'm back. Would be one of the stars of Cygnus, Dennet, together with Uriem and Hikoboshi. Those three stars are called the Summer Triangle.
じゃあ、そのテネブって星は織姫と彦星のご近所さんになるのね。
The way you say that kind of makes it sound like they know each other.
知り合いかもしれない。バカバカな子だったけど。
Who are you talking about?
カー君の仇とってもバカバカ。
She's upset about this for whatever reason. Oh, by the way, I was telling you about the Northern Cross, but there's actually another one on the other side of the globe that's called the Southern Cross.
地球の反対。
It seems pretty far away, yeah, but you might be able to go there by saving up some money for I might be able to go there by saving up some money for my job.
私は無理。ここから遠出はできないから。
Oh, well, that's
残
good.
念でもしょうがないから。
Can you go on trips to nearby
あ
places?
る程度なら。
What about the neighboring
そ
town?
れくらいならなんとか。
How about coming to see Yume with me? Earlier today, I went there with the rest of the group of the Astra Circle. How about you come with us next time if you want? Whoops. Whoops.
うん。
Yume told me about how you went to visit her on
様
your
子を見
own.
に行っただけ。
The word for that is paying her a visit.
そう。
I do. The two of us gaze up at the clear, starry sky. Winter time's Northern Cross indicates to us that Christmas is coming here soon. Say, Mare, do you know about Christmas?
それくらい知ってるわ。一般常識じゃない。
True, true. Everyone celebrates it with a big cake.
誕生日みたいによね。
Speaking of birthdays, yesterday was actually mine.
そうなの。
Yeah, we just did a little something at home and that was it. Boy, did it took some serious effort to stop cheating me though, let me tell you. She was dead set on cooking a birthday dinner for me and just wouldn't take no for an answer.
私、ヨウくんの誕生日知らなかった。
Well, I hadn't told anyone after moving back to Berigasaki. So this means you're the first, Mare.
夢って子は
Well, I've known Yume for a long
言って
time.
ないんだ。
I did,
じゃ
yes.
あ、私が初めてじゃない。
Meant you're the first among those that I got to know after moving
そ
back.
れも違うのに。
She seems sullen.
夢って子からお祝いしてもらったの。
Mare asks me, still sullen. I guess you could say
プ
so.
レゼントもらった？
In a sense, she did. The right to lean on her, you could say. At that point, I suddenly recall. Do you know what day tomorrow is?
知ってるわ。
You do?
うん。
It's not a national holiday, so I figure no one really cares about it.
気にするほど大切な日でもないし。
Yeah, yes, that's true for most people.
うん。
Though I do believe that up until middle school, students still hang up wish cards at school.
短冊？ケーキじゃなくて？
Does your family celebrate Tanabata with
七
cake?
夕？
Well, tomorrow's Tanabata, yeah. Earlier this year, I'd exchanged that sort of conversation with Mare. Mare talked about celebrating Tanabata with cake. Is your birthday the 7th of July, by any chance? Isn't Tanabata your birthday?
お
You talked about celebrating it with cake and all before.
そうなのかもしれない。私のふるさとは七夕だから。
Mare gazes up at the night sky, devoid of Orihime and Higoboshi's twinkle. Mare, have you
何？
regained your memories? Mare lowers her gaze to look at me and quietly draws near to me.
そうじゃなくて、
Figured you'd like me to do
誕
it.
生日プレゼント何がいいかなって。一日遅れだけどお祝いしてあげようかなって。
You'll give me
しょ
something?
うがないからくれてあげる。
In that case, let me stroke your head some.
ようくん、もうしてる。
Well, let me keep doing it.
それおかしい。私が変な気持ちになるだけだし。
That's good enough for me.
私が十分じゃない。 私もヨウくんを変な気持ちにさせたい。
Not that I can control that. What's your plan? After a moment of hesitation.
こうする。ヨウくんにこれあげる。
Mare stands on her tiptoes and kisses me. After our lips part, Mare keeps her eyes glued downwards. She anxiously looks at me with upturned eyes. I'll admit it did make me feel a bit funny, although that being a feeling of depravity, and due to her childish stature, or else due to the fact that we aren't a couple. However, that wasn't our first kiss together. Thanks for the present, Mare.
まだ。
Mare raises her chin and stares at me. Her face is bright red. Nevertheless, she keeps her eyes firmly fixated on me. She's radiating a serious, straightforward aura.
キスは
Oops.
前にもしたし、だからもっとヨウくんにもっとしてあげたい。
Oh, it seems I've accidentally stumbled upon Mare's route as well. Fuck you! No! Piss off! And 1:11:45. 1:11:45. Actually, fuck. I'm gonna just completely cover the entire screen. Still being able to see that below there is too dangerous for my tastes. Mare undoes her clothes and they swiftly fall to the ground. It takes my mind a second to process what just unfolded. My brain isn't able to keep up with what my eyes are seeing. I want to give you more, Mare says. Eventually I come to fully grasp the situation. What are you... Mare's bare body glistens in the starlight, appearing magical in a sense. Maybe that is why it looks so captivating to me, despite being underdeveloped. Stop it. My heart starts to pound like crazy. Hey, put your clothes back on.
Yeah.
No, Mare says. She squeezed the word out. She is desperately fighting against the feeling of embarrassment this is bringing her. You must be freezing. Grim Reapers don't feel cold, Mare says. I thought you said you'd no longer restrict yourself by being a Grim Reaper. Step on the tongue, I mean, I don't feel cold. Same difference, Mare. Just put on your clothes. No, Mare says. Please. No, Mare says. Isn't this embarrassing for you? It's not, Mare says. Don't lie. I'm not lying, Mare says. Your face is red as a tomato. No, it's not, Mare says. Your voice is shaking. No, it's not, Mare says. Look, just put on your clothes. No, Mare says. Are you just saying that to keep in line with your personality? I have literally no clue what you're talking about, Mare says. Then let's do this. Stay naked. Okay, Mare says. You weren't supposed to say that. Yes, that was, Mare says. That was why you were supposed to say no. No, Mare says. Let's give it one more try. Look, listen, well, I don't care for that, Mare says. Put on your clothes. No, Mare says. Stay naked. Okay, Mare says. I told you to say something different. I'm not, Mare says. You're such a dumbhead, Mare says. I'm like this because I want to be, Mare says. I'm showing you my naked god body because I want to, Mare says. I get the urge to shake my head. Mare, what's gotten into you all of a sudden? Well, Mare says, beneath the radiating starlight, Mare's enchanting skin is dyed scarlet from embarrassment. The eyes start to feel all funny when they see this, right? Mare says. They get happy, right? Mare says. When they see a woman naked, Mare says. Her body is way too young to be called that of a woman. Her chest area is almost flat for that matter. Her hands are covering those breasts, but every area of her body beyond that is visible. No one says that one. There were so many lines from Mare that I just automatically started saying that Mare says, almost. Her white, dreamlike fair skin appears like a fragile but beautiful light, making me irrevocably spellbound despite the fact that she is a child. Exactly. So stop this. This feels like padding just so you can have a mare sexing.
変な気持ち
So, did you start to feel funny, Mare
Maru.
says. Lost in that beauty, I respond belatedly. Look,
ようく
did you get happy,
嬉し
Mare
気持
says.
ちよくな
Does it
る
make you feel good, Mare
私が
says. Just like when I
頭撫
get
でら
my
れる
head
みたいに
stroked by you,
よう
Mare
く
says.
に
Just like how you
気
make
持
me
ち
feel good,
私
Mare says. Am I making you feel
よ
good
う
too,
く
Mare says.
気持
Amidst
ち
the
よく
surreal
して
vision, I
る
become unable to judge whether Mare is on point with what she's saying or
まだ
not. Not yet,
なら
Mare
まだ
says. There needs to be more, Mare
足
says.
りない
I have to make her stop before this goes any further. I just can't accept that what Mare wants to do here. One reason is that it wouldn't be the same as when couples do this kind of thing. But above all, going any further would mean I'm taking advantage of Mare's kindness. I would only receive from her without having anything to give of my own. Mare, still, it doesn't change the fact that I appreciate that she is willing to do something like this for me. Miriam must be freezing. I embrace Mare's naked body. Mare looks up at me with an expression that says she doesn't quite get my reaction.
寒くなん
I'm
か
not cold at all, though, Mare says.
ないのに
You're shaking.
震えて
No,
ない
I'm not, Mare says. I can feel your heartbeat. She can also feel mine. Did it transmit to her that my heart is racing just as much as hers?
ようく
Yo, Mare says. Mare gingerly wraps her arms around my back. She tightly clings on to me and rests her forehead on my
私
chest. All I'm ever doing is receiving
よくに
things from
もらって
you,
ばかり
Mare
だから
says. So I want to give you
私も
something
何かあげ
too,
たい
Mare
って
says. There's nothing I've given
そ
you.
んなことない
That's not true,
も
Mare
らっ
says.
てる
You've given me lots of things,
じゃ
Mare
ない
says.
と
Otherwise, it
説
wouldn't
明
make
でこの
sense,
気
Mare
持ち
says.
が
I
どこ
wouldn't
か
be
ら来たの
able
か
to tell what sprouted these feelings,
わからな
Mare
いよ
says. We stay like that with our arms around each other for a long time. When we finally let go of each other, well, she doesn't say it. Mare looks somewhat lonesome. As I tell her goodbye, Mare says the same. By the time I arrive back home, it is near midnight. What the fuck just happened? Find old Gina waiting for me when I come home in the living room, and she apparently has something to tell me. She informs me that there was a call from the hospital Yume is staying in. With school over, I make my way over to the neighboring town's hospital. Is bad things happening? Onchino told me we got a call from one of the hospital nurses last night. She said she wanted me to drop by when I had the time. Apparently, that's all there was to the message. So I waited for school to end and then came here. I want to go and visit Yume anyway, so it doesn't amount to any extra trouble. If there is one thing that is occupying my mind, that would be the reason why they would summon me. The nurse left her name, but since I don't know who she is or what she looks like, I can't find her on my own. So I give the nurse's name at the reception desk. I'm told to wait in the lobby, but before I can even sit down in a chair, she shows up. I guess she was already anticipating when I would come, which makes sense, of course. She knows I'm a Hibari High student, figuring that I would come after school is easy enough.
小笠坂陽くんね
It is the nurse I want to talk
ご
to.
めんなさいね急に呼び出してしまって
Don't worry about it. I was planning to come here anyway.
おとつゆめさんのお見舞いよね
I suppose it is because she knows this that she is able to predict I would come today. Is this about how I made her leave and go outside? That is the only thing worthy of something like that, like this, that came to mind. And I mean, you did tell me to take the blame. The nurse doesn't answer. However, her expression is grim. Does that mean I guessed right? I just hope she won't scold me for too long. I'll apologize if it's that. So I'd appreciate if we could keep this short. I also need to visit
ゆ
Yume.
めさんのお見舞いはできないわ
The nurse tells me
今
flat
は
out.
家族の方以外は遠慮してもらっているのゆめさんは眠っているから
I frown. Does that mean she's not doing
そう
good?
よ昨夜から悪くなったの
Well, in that case, I'll just come back tomorrow. Of course, I'm ready to take the scolding today, though. I really
明
am.
日
So
もお見舞いはできないわ
she's clearly struggling with
今
telling
日だ
me
け
that.
じゃないの ゆめさんは面会謝絶にしてもらっているの。だから謝るのは君じゃなくて私たちの方。力が足りなくてごめんなさい。
She bows her head to me. The anxiety born inside me swells up
それと
explosively.
ゆめさんのお見舞いに来てもらってありがとう。ゆめさんの様子を見に行くといつも君の名前が出てきたわ。転院してきたばかりの頃に比べて彼女は笑顔が多くなっていたわ。
And yet I can't visit her. Why was I summoned? She holds out an envelope to me that she's been
昨
holding.
日ゆめさんから預かったの。君や他のお友達がお見舞いに来ていた前よ。君にこれを渡したかったから来てもらったのよ。
Take the envelope, which presumably contains a letter. It's probably sealed, but I rip it open at once. Absolutely don't have the composure to wait until I get home with this annoying, spurring pressure taking hold of me.
私も内容は知らない。ゆめさんが君だけに読んでほしくて書いたものみたいだから。だから私は仕事に戻るわ。
I immediately stop hearing her distant growing footsteps. I read the letter I pull out from the envelope.
ようくんへ。この手紙は展望台でようくんが初めて私に甘えてくれた夜に記しています。さっき病室に戻ってきて机の上で書いています。実はまだドキドキしてたりします。興奮して今夜は眠れないかもしれません。手紙を書くにはちょうどいいと思うので、こうしてペンを取りました。病室の電気はつけられないけど、星明かりがあるしね。ちゃんと書けそうです。まずは、お誕生日おめでとう。言いそびれちゃったから、ここでお祝いするね。プレゼントも何か用意したかったんだけど、私って病院からは出られないから、ちょっとごめんね。
Oops.
だから、この手紙がプレゼント代わりだったりします。
Bye.
君に伝えたいことがあります。私はもうすぐ眠りに落ちると思います。いつかはわからないけど、そんなに遠い未来じゃないから、今のうちに伝えたい言葉を残しておこうと思います。この手紙は、私が眠りに落ちてしまったら君に渡してほしいって誰かに託すつもりです。だから、君がこれを読んでいる今は、私はもう眠っているんだと思います。もう目覚めないんだと思います。だからもう、ようくんはお見舞いに来ないでください。お見舞いを禁止にします。もう一度禁止にします。これが伝えたかったことです。それは、ようくんが嫌いになったからとか、そういうことじゃありません。眠りに落ちたら、私は二度と目を覚まさないからです。星空が、それを許さないから、星の光が私に影響を与えるから、影響といっても段階があるみたいで、軽いものなら頭痛やめまいくらいで済むみたいなんだけど、私のはその中でも特に重いものなんだって。私のは SAR 値とかホットスポット現象とか説明は受けたけど、私はあんまり理解できなかった。私のは命に
Whoops.
私は生まれつきそんな病気にかかっていました。病気の原因が星なんだったら、その光を避ければいいって思うかもしれないけど、夜じゃなくても、たとえ建物の中に隠れても、星の光は届くから。星の光は、機械で作る光よりもずっと強いから。だから、この病気は治らないんです。お医者さんが頑張って治療しても、天文学者さんが頑張って研究しても、この病気からは逃れる手立てがないんです。だから、ようくん、君がこの手紙を読み終わったら、もう私の病室には来ないでください。お見舞いは しないでください。私は眠っていると思うから。もう目覚めないと思うから。君のそばにはもういられないから。私の命はもうなくなるから。ごめんね。頼っていいって言ったのに、ごめんね。
So my question is, how the fuck does this, like, relate? Because Mare vanishes, and this happens... and this doesn't happen to Yume, apparently, because she's still perfectly fine, like, 2 fucking years later. And... it seems she's, like, healthy again for some fucking reason. But now, Mare hasn't vanished. So immediately this fucking happens on a day where she should still be awake even before, because Mare even then hasn't vanished yet, technically. Because this morning should be the morning after he, like, slept with her. Unless you're trying to tell me that your sex actually just elongates your life.
甘えていいって言ったのに、ごめんね。
Like, it would make sense if the day passed where Mare was supposed to vanish and then this happened. But no, it happened before Mare vanished in, like, the original timeline, let's say. But I guess maybe the, like, fucking Mare striptease, I guess, had an effect, weirdly. In a weird way? I don't fucking know.
そばにいてあげられなくてごめんね。だけど星を嫌いにならないでね。
And thus Como 2.0 was born.
私が星のせいでいなくなるからって星を嫌いにならないでね。
Did I say Como? I feel like I did say Como.
約束だからね。私と君の最後の約束。だから最後に君に伝えます。私はそれでも星が大好きです。君と一緒に見上げたひばりが崎の星空が大好きです。
Clenched the letter and sprint to Yume's room. I reached the door. I found myself devastated. There is a no visitors sign put up at the door. Keep standing there, stuck still until visiting hours are over. I come back home and go up to my room. Dinner's ready down in the dining room, but I said I wouldn't be eating. Onchino and Chinami are worried I'm sick, and I can't properly respond to them. My emotions are crushing my reason. They are numbing my mind, stripping normal thought away from me. There's also a cool part deep down within my mind. However, that isn't composure. It is the depth that all my cold, dark emotions have sunk to. It is why I stow away all the sorrows I have accumulated throughout my life. Fucking damn it! I strike my bed and kick my chair. It was the same when we moved. It was the same with Mom's death. It always came suddenly, without warning. This painful reality akin to a nightmare always hits me when I least expect it. There's no way for me to see it coming. I'm only a puppet held by its strings. It toys with me and tosses me around, giving me nothing but pain, hatred, and sorrow. In the course of that, my everyday life becomes corroded. Tranquility leaves me. No room left for me to even take measures against it. I end up only able to sit here and accept the bitterness of reality. Is that really how things are though? I've experienced nightmares crushing down on me out of nowhere several times. Yet have I really learned nothing from all those experiences? I couldn't see it coming all this time. Hadn't I in fact noticed? That is to say, Yume's disease, and the fact that it was progressing. Slowly, yet ever so steadily, it progressed towards its endpoint, her death. Was I unable to comprehend that, just because Yume didn't tell me about it of her own accord? Wasn't I actually able to do something about it? So then why hadn't I done anything? Why hadn't I even so much as thought about how to save Yume until now? Why didn't I act? I went to visit Yume, looked at her and gazed at her. Maybe I diverted my eyes from her ultimate fate. Back in the past, I understood the fact that Yume and I would get torn apart when I moved away from Barigazuki, and simply resigned myself to it. Had I repeated that past mistake? Did I, just like my past self, resign myself to passiveness? Yume said she still loved the starry sky, nevertheless. Even when the stars she adored would end her life. Even when it was their forces that she would be taken someplace far, even when it was by their forces that she would be taken someplace far away, even when it meant that they would pull her apart from me. It's just too cruel, Yume. Can't possibly vent my anger from this unfair reality on the stars, because Yume said she loved them. Can't possibly come to despise them for this. So that's why, both past and present are changing. Just in the same way, the starry sky remains the same while we may change. My feelings of love towards the stars will not change. Neither will my feelings of love towards you. You see, Yume, I want to tell you something. I want to gaze up at the stars with you again. Past, present, future. To keep gazing up at Ibarigasaki's starry sky together with you.
ようくん、どうしたの？ようくん、ずっとぼんやりして星空を見上げて。
Oh, stargazing.
違う、ようくん。
Whoops.
星を見てなかった。星じゃない、何かを見てた。
I don't know what that could be.
聞いてるのは私。
Sure.
ようくん、元気ない。
Do I?
どうすれば元気出る？ようくん、キスする？それとももっとする？そうじゃない。私がされるんじゃなくて。
Thanks, Mare. Makes me happy that you're worried about me.
それおかしい。私がようくんにしてあげたいのに。
It's fine. I'm alright. Completely alright.
いや、そんなの、いや、甘えてほしい。私がようくんに甘えてばかりじゃなくて、ようくんも私に甘えてほしい。
The words remind me of Yume's, which only worsens the pain in my chest. The cold, dark emotions I put to rest deep down within my mind continue to pile up. These emotions prevent me from crying. I'm relieved that they will go away someday. Thought that Yume would do that for me. These emotions that are robbing me of my tears won't just disappear, so someone else has to take them in for me and send them back. Relying on someone, being relied upon by someone, leaning on someone, being leaned on by someone, mutually sharing one's feelings with someone else. These emotions dissolve into the wide myriad of other emotions. Nothing says I needed to apply the law of conservation of mass on only myself. There's no need to bottle everything up by myself. People can share their feelings, their sorrows, shoulder them together. Together they can change one another. And in order to find that special someone in your life, all you have to do is gather your courage and cross the Milky Way. Yume taught me that. And school ends also approaches me as I'm in the process of packing up to go home.
今日は
Sorry, I can't come to club today.
わかった。
Also immediately pulls back. She doesn't ask about visiting Yume, which I reckon she means she already knows about visitors being forbidden.
小笠坂さん、これから病院ですか？
Let's just say I am.
なんだよ、そのお茶の濁し方。
Suppose Oscar doesn't know about Yume, but stand to reason, after all. Haven't told him, and he hadn't even met Yuma before in the first place. Well, see you guys tomorrow. I just to leave before he pursues the matter.
私たちにできることないのかな。ユメさんのことはお父さんが見ています。私たちの役目は小ヶ坂さんを見ていることだと思います。仲間として小ヶ坂
ったく。
Just before exiting the classroom, I see Asuka standing up. Is Asuka
待てよ、小ヶ坂。
Is Asuka gonna beat some fucking sense into his ass? As I pass through the school gate, Asuka catches up.
俺も帰るから途中まで一緒させてくれ。
I have no reason to turn him down. I'm not childish enough to needlessly worry a friend just because I feel overwhelmed by the situation. It isn't like I want to hide things. It's just that this isn't the time to lean on others.
これから見舞いってわけじゃねえんだよな。
Right.
警戒すんな。野じ馬で詮索してるんじゃねえよ。
Sorry. I relax my shoulders.
なあ、小ヶ坂。
As if to take advantage of my momentarily let down guard, Asuka goes on and says,
死ぬと決まったわけじゃねえんだろ。
My gait slows. You know too?
いや、釜かけただけだ。言いふらすような話じゃねえからな。皆星たちだってそれくらい分かってるだろ。
Surprisingly sharp.
自分では分からねえな。まあ日頃からファインダー覗いてりゃ人の動作だけじゃなく感情の動きにも鋭くなるのかもしれねえな。
That reminds me, sorry for breaking the camera you lent Chin to me.
あまりにも遅すぎる謝罪で思い出すのに数秒かかったぞ。
How's your cult circle old enough?
話題そらそうとするんじゃねえ。
Boy, you really are.
小ヶ坂、死ぬと決まったわけじゃねえんだろ。
Unfortunately, it is humor self-said.
バカ。そうじゃねえよ。お前自身は彼女が死ぬなんて信じてねえだろってことだ。俺の妹もそうなんだよ。
He smacks his lips.
ある日いきなり行方不明になりやがった。小学校からの帰り道、何の前触れもなく俺の前からあいつは消えやがったんだ。そうなってからもう5年以上経ってやがる。どこかで事故にでもあったのか、事件にでも巻き込まれたのか、今のところ何も分かってねえ。あまりにも分からねえから理不尽だったからさ。これは宇宙人の仕業だって当時の俺は思い込んだよ。宇宙人があいつを連れ去ったんだって。今でもそう思い込んでやがるよ。もう妹は死んでたっておかしくねえのにな。だけどな、俺は生きてるって信じてる。
And I mean, he's right.
あいつは生きてるって信じてる。だから小ヶ坂、お前も信じろよ。生きている、死なない、いなくならないんだ。そう信じろよ。信じる力が奇跡を生むなんて陳腐なことは言わねえよ。だけどな、信じなきゃ何も始まらねえんだ。スタートラインにも立てねえんだよ。
Answer him. You're absolutely right. I know that. It's because I've reached the start line that I'll be able to make a difference.
Ah, 私、そっか。眠ってたんだ。まだ生きてるんだ。眩しい。夕日の赤、きれい。外みたいな。水平線に沈む夕日、境界線の光みたいけど眠い。 眠くてたまらない。もう一度まぶたを閉じたら私きっと。
そうだな。
妖精さん、セラ千尋さん。
No.
家庭教師の時間になったから覗きに来た。だけど君は眠りについていた。帰ろうと思ったら目が覚めて驚いた。その目覚めは奇跡に近い。
うん、知ってるよ。自分の体のことだから知ってる。また眠ったらもう目覚めないって。
外は雪だよ。
そう。
今年2度目の雪だ。夕日の鮮烈な赤に綿のような白が混じり始めている。夜になれば雪雲が空を覆うだろう。今夜星は見えないかもしれない。
そう。
辛ければ口を開かなくていい。問いかけるかもしれないが無理に答える必要はない。俺の姿を知覚できる人間はほとんどいない。3次元より上から見下ろし、それより下を等覚できる存在でなければ難しい。だから3次元に縛られる人間が上の存在である俺を知覚するには条件が必要になる。無限状態になるより方法はない。要するに幻覚を見るような状態を作るしかない。例えば薬物、ストレス、アルコール、脳機能障害、重度の失血、君のような病気による異常。それらはいずれもドーパミンとエンドルフィンの過剰分泌が原因とされている。そうなると知覚のタガが外れ、周囲から飛び込む情報量を制御できなくなる。普通では知覚できない3次元より上の情報もまともに浴びてしまう。調律の狂ったピアノが楽譜にとらわれない旋律を奏でるように。ひばりが崎に転院してきた君はだからこの俺の姿を認め、会話を交わすことも可能にした。おとつ夢、君に後悔はないか？
後悔なんて何もない。
そうか。俺の最後の授業受けてみるか？人に忘れさせるということはどういうことか、相手に忘れてもらうということはどういうことか。それは残酷な優しさだ。残酷な優しさというのは要するに押し付けだ。優しさであるがゆえに誰からも責められないから余計に立ちが悪い。だからな、忘れることに意味なんてなかったんだよ。存在というのは破壊し得ないんだ。自分がここに生きていること、存在したということは誰にも否定できない。神ですら否定できない。存在というのは破壊し得ないもの。それは過去、現在、未来という時間概念さえも超越した絶対の定理だ。どの次元の情報も統括する法則だ。変わらない星空よりも尊い永遠の真理なんだ。だから君のことは忘れない。俺は君のことを忘れない。
妖精さん、あなたが今みたいに教えてくれるのは、これまでも私にいろいろ教えてくれたのは。
理由は2つある。君の祖母の旧姓が俺と同じスラであること。そのため君が生まれながら俺と同じ病気、いや体質を持っていたからだ。
Oh boy, just barely avoided incest. Jesus. Nice.
現代医学で治療できないのなら体質として受け入れるしかないからな。俺は学校には通えたから程度の方は君よりも軽かったようだが、そしてもう一つの理由は体質ばかりでなく思考まで君は俺と似ていたからだ。だから放っておけなかった。君と同じだった俺のバカな先輩からの後輩への授業だったんだよ。君にとっては俺の存在なんて旗迷惑なだけだったかもしれないけどな。
妖精さん、うん、そうだね。余計なお世話だったかもね。だってそんなこと知ってるんだよ。妖精さんに教わるまでもなかったの。忘れることに意味なんてないってもう知ってたの。残酷な優しさだって最初から知ってたの。そうじゃないんだよ。陽くんに私のことを忘れてほしいと願ったのはそうじゃない。あの日流れ星に願ったのはそうじゃない。これは相手に向けた優しさじゃない。これは自分に向けた覚悟なの。私の覚悟。強くあるための覚悟。陽くんに弱いところを見せないための。陽くんに陽くんのお姉さんになるための。陽くんの孤独な強がりを冷たく固まった感情を抱きしめてあげられるように、温め合えるように、二人で、一人じゃなくて二人で。これが私の願い事。陽くんには私のことを忘れてほしい。だけど病気が治ったら、体が良くなったら、私が強くなったら陽くんと結婚したい。この願い事は陽くんと一緒に笑っていられるためのおまじないだったんだよ。
そうか。
ねえ妖精さん、私も死んだら妖精さんみたいになれるかな。そんな風になれるかな。
わからない。俺のように猶予を与えられる者もいれば、そのまま星に帰ってしまう者もいる。たとえ猶予をもらっても誰かに気づいてもらえるとは限らない。気づいてほしい相手には気づいてもらえないかもしれない。だから死と大して変わらない。そっ
か。死んでも陽くんのそばにいられるならいいかなって思ったんだけど、まあしょうがないか。死んじゃってもしょうがないか。いなくなってもしょうがないか。ねえ妖精さん、私どうだった？私陽くんを困らせなかった？私陽くんに心配かけなかった？私陽くんを助けることができたかな？支えることができたかな？陽くんのお姉さんになれたかな？お姉さんらしいところ少しは見せることができたかな？
あ、君は強かった。俺よりもよっぽど。霞に自分の弱さを押し付けた俺よりもよっぽど。君は彼の前ではいつだって強かったよ。
よかった。ほんとよかったな。妖精さん帰ったんだね。ありがとう。今までありがとう。じゃあいいよね。もういいよね。弱くなっていいよね。 死ぬの。いや、死にたくない。いなくなりたくない。生きたい。ようくんと離れたくない。ようくんとそばにいたい。
So it kicks down. The door suddenly kicked down. Well, that can be arranged! This is so sad.
一緒に生きたかったよ。
It's gotten a lot colder as compared to the daytime temperature. White flakes fall down from the darkness above me. A light snow is beginning to fall. The sky is completely veiled in dark clouds with no gaps to be seen. They hide the twinkling stars that lay beyond that curtain, barring us from receiving their light. The streets are uninhabited at this hour. Quiet only serves to make the sound of the snow piling up that much stronger. Snowflakes are incessantly crossing through my field of vision like cherry blossom petals. It reminds me of the day you and I first met. How would I answer if I asked the same question as back then? Would I reply that I love the cherry blossoms that fall? Would I see beauty in the life of a spring ephemeral? I'm positive I know what I'd say. I would answer the same way Yume did. I would much rather have them when they've just started blooming rather than when they fall. After I say goodbye to Asuka, I go home, got myself ready, then go over to the hospital, confirm the fact that Yume is still in a coma. Following that, I researched the illness that drove Yume into said coma, checking books in the library and the internet as much as is possible. That illness owing to starlight Yume talked about in her letters, stellar electromagnetic hypersensitivity, is still only seen as a hypothetical condition. To begin with, it isn't even limited to just radiation from far-off stars. It still isn't even medically proven that electromagnetic radiation in general affects the human body. It's just a certain number of researchers pushing the idea with no epidemiological evidence. When it comes to EMR countermeasures, advanced nations finally see it as a legally recognized illness for public health insurance, and that is it. That being the most advanced, it goes without saying that no form of treatment exists. So I finally realize what it is that I can do for her. It is clear what I need to do for Yume. The snow keeps falling like cherry blossoms. My vision is dominated by only black and white. There is no light here. Just like the monochromatic sight of snow. With the starless lookout, I'm able to meet with the person I most want to see. I'm sure she won't be here. Because after all, the stars aren't visible tonight. Nevertheless, there she is, standing in front of me. Pushing herself, putting up a strong front. Mare is waiting for me. Mare, holding a huge scythe that doesn't fit her small stature behind her back while overexerting herself like that. Mare is waiting for my words. Can I rely on you? Can I lean on you?
ようくんは私に頼っていい。ようくんは私に甘えていい。それはようくんが弱いってことじゃない。ようくんが逃げているってことじゃない。ようくんだから私に頼っていいの。ようくんだから私に甘えていいの。そうしてくれると私も嬉しいから。私もようくんを助けたいから。私たちはもうお互いを助け合える、そういう関係になったから。
Mare, please reap Yume's disease. So it is gonna come down to that? Are you fucking kidding me? So basically, like, that implies that her entire disease is like fucking mental, is like a fucking mental thing? In a way? Reap it with your scythe. She's been sick with it ever since she was born. She's been suffering all this time. Unless she could just straight up reap like physiological phenomena now. Which I doubt on nightmares, you know. And she never once in all that time told me of it. She never complained, not once. Never let her illness get the best of her in front of me. Always laughing joyfully. Always giving me that angelic smile of hers. She fought against it all this time. She's always been putting on a brave face. Acting like the strong, capable big sister she wanted to be to me. Telling me I could lean on her. That's all she had to do. That while she had to have been suffering during all those times. There's no way she was fine, yet she managed to play cool for so long. She hid her pains. She overexerted herself. She pushed herself. She bottled everything up. Despite that, she herself told me to not act tough. To not push myself. To not bottle everything up. She's just a real fool through and through. Yes. I'm the biggest fool for them all for taking her words at face value. Within the silently falling snow all around us, in an identical situation to when Mare and I met for the first time at our meeting after our return to Barbarian. But on that day, 7 long years ago, back in when I was just a boy.
いいよ。ヨウくんのお願い聞いてあげるよ。
Just as I wished upon that shooting star streaking across the sun-dyed sky back then, I now make another wish to Mare. Please, Mare. Her disease. I think in it itself is a nightmare to Yume. Please, I want you to reap it. Send it back. Save Yume.
病気だけを狩ることはできない。彼女の病気が生まれつきのものだったらそれだけを狩ることはできない。病気を繰り返したら多分彼女自身も繰り返すことになる。治すのと返すのは必ずしも同じじゃないから、病気がなくなったら彼女もいなくなってしまう。生まれつきというのはそういうことなの。
No way. And Yume can't be.
だからヨウくん、代わりに私を買って私をこれで送り返して、私をこの鎌で送り返して、そうすればきっと彼女は助かるから。私を送り返すということは私がまとっている光も送り返すことになる。私の光、流れ星に込めた願いもあるべき場所に帰ることになる。私はひばりが崎のどこかに眠る隕石に帰り、私がまとう光は二人のところに帰る。ヨウくんとヨウくんが助けたい彼女に帰る。
Okay, so that's how he say... What? No, because she reached out.
私は二人の願いを聞いたから。私は二人の願いで目覚めたから。二人の願いが光となって私は生まれたから。
7 years ago on the day after Talabata, which was the day I moved away from Ibarigasaki. Right before leaving Ibarigasaki, I saw it, a star that appeared before all others, traversing the evening sky, a majestic, dazzling shooting
ヨウ
star.
くんは彼女と再会したいと願った。
I spotted that shooting star in front of the Ibarigasaki station. I wanted Yume to come see me off, come stop me from leaving, so that I could maybe also muster some sort of resistance towards the unfairness of that reality. I harbored that pitiful sort of hope that consisted of leaving things in the hands of someone else. And ultimately Yume didn't come. So instead I made a wish. The younger self, who lacked the sort of childish charms, was for the first time able to find himself serious over childish superstition. Wished for mine Yume's reunion. It's taken me this long, but I finally understand. Yume couldn't come see me off, even if she wanted to. Her body simply didn't allow her to go outside that easily.
そしてもう一人、自宅で熱に寝込みながら羨望の眼差しで空を眺めていた彼女もまた願っていた。陽くんに自分のことを忘れてほしいと願っていた。だから私はこの姿で目覚めた。鎌を持ち彼女の願いを叶えるために、同時に陽くんの願いを叶えるために彼女の姿とそっくりな光をまとっていた。
Yokun, yeah, then says my name.
私のこの姿は二人の願いの証。私のこの光は二人の約束の証。だから私をこの鎌で買ってあなたたちに返すから。それはきっと力になるから。幼かった二人の願いは成長した二人の力になるから。陽くんは彼女を助ける力を得る。彼女は陽くんに応えようって力を得る。それは目には見えない不思議な力、不思議な光だけどちゃんとあるから。必ずあるから。星が持つ光、人が持つ光、人が願って生まれる光、どれも同じくらい強いから。
Mare is waiting for me to take her scythe. She's waiting for me to send her back.
これでもう思い悩むことはない。陽くんが悲しむことはない。私の役目は終わる。私も帰ることになる。私が結んだ絆は途切れる。陽くんとさよならする。
Can't possibly do that,
で
man.
きるよ。
Can't just do that.
できる。
Even if that really will save Yume, it means you'll be
言っ
gone.
たでしょ。陽くんは私に頼っていい。私に甘えていい。陽くんだから甘えていいんだよ。陽くんだから甘えられると嬉しいんだよ。陽くんにならこの命だってあげられるんだよ。
Why is Mare smiling, goddammit? Why she looks content with this.
だって大丈夫なんだよ。私は大丈夫なの。それが約束を超えたところにあるものなの。私たちの絆なの。
Or bond.
絆。
Can't just say that. There's not a damn meaning in the world to a word like that once you're gone. Our bond will just
私
disappear.
はいなくなるんじゃない。ちゃんといるんだよ。目に見えないだけでちゃんとそばにいるんだよ。陽くんのそばにいるんだよ。彼女も夢もきっと同じだったと思う。夢は自分はいなくなるんじゃない。きっとあなたのそばにいられるって。そう信じてたから。だから弱音を吐かなかった。最後まで強くあってみせた。諦めずにあなたと一緒にいられることを。私もそうでありたい。私と夢は同じように見えて違うけど、私も夢のようになりたい。私は夢に負けたくない。陽くんを好きって気持ち、夢に負けたくない。
That crying right now. At night, you may melt in my cold, dark, frozen, solid heart that had forgotten how to cry. So I wonder, am I able to cry properly now? No, Mare. You really are the competitive type, aren't you? Defiant on top of that. Speaking of that shooting star we wished upon 7 years ago, do you know where it came down?
わからない。だけど、ひばりが崎に必ずある。私は、この展望台が一番姿を出しやすいから。
Joe. Mare, I'll make a promise to you. Your Memoria, the one that's resting somewhere in Ibarigasaki. I swear on my life I will find it. I'll find it and bring you back to us. If you're asleep when I get to you, I'll make sure to wake you up again. I will get you back.
あなたは、がむしゃらになっていい。あなたは、欲張っていい。あなたの力は一つじゃないから。あなたの幸せは、一人のものじゃないから。よく、こんな時でも、バカバカね。私はいなくなっても、あなたのそばにいるって言ってるのに。
Can't settle for just that, damn it. I don't want any of that, you'll live on in my heart crap. Won't be able to touch you then. Be able to stroke your head then.
よくん、欲張り。
I sure as hell am. I'm as greedy as can be. So just seeing isn't enough either. And neither is just hearing. I need to perceive you with every one of my senses. To feel all of you.
よくん、とっても、バカバカ。
I really am. The biggest dumbhead out there. Such a royal dumbhead for not having any other way to save Yume.
ようくん。それじゃあ、ようくん、お願いね。考え直す間もないくらい、一気にやってね。
Yeah. So in my life, I will get you back. You and I will get you back together. So just stay patient until then, okay? This is farewell, but only for a short while. We'll come see you soon.
待ってるね。二人で見つけてくれること。待ってるね。
It's a promise.
約束。
Promise between me and her that we will see fulfilled no matter what. And then we will gain that which goes beyond the bounds of our promise. We will grasp that which lies beyond the promise. We'll be able to seize our bond once more with our own two
よう
hands.
くんのこと、大好きだよ。夢のことも、大好きだよ。だって、二人のおかげで、私は目覚めた。この星に生まれ落ちることができた。だからね、二人は、私のお父さんとお母さん。私の家族なんだよ。
And now he has to stab her. Imagine how fucking painful that is. Like she lets a line like that drop and just expects him to just yes fucking like come on girl. Fuck. And then you just have to go to fucking pull out the goddamn no. It's probably copyrighted anyway, so fucking cares. You got a whole boatload of issues if you think I'm gonna end it there. Fuck
夢
off.
を見ているようだった。
Are you though?
母の体内にいるようだった。そんな心地で眠っていた。
1010. 210 0. 210 0. 210. I'll be careful.
私は深いところで眠っていた。ここは原子の底だった。命が生まれる原初だった。送られ、戻って、眠りに落ちて、生と死が混在し、有と無が対をなさない混沌に沈んでゆく。重力に惹かれて沈んでゆく。くるくると回りながら、ゆっくりと、本当にゆっくりと、この体内を回りながら、ここは暖かくて、暖かすぎて、だから、こうして回っていると忘れそうになる。抱えている思い出を腕からこぼしそうになる。あの人との思い出を手放しそうになる。私という子がこれだった。1年にも満たない期間。それでいて、かけがえのなかった記憶が、この私を形作っている。もしもこれがなかったならば、私という子は、集会の途中で母体、ふるさとに帰っていただろう。私はまだここにいる。維持できている。守れている。どのくらい守ることができるだろう。何百年か先すら保つのか、何年か先までは保つのか、何日か先までも保たないのか、すでに保てていないのか。それでもいつか私が生まれ直す未来がある。信じている。
Now the background, because I have the censorship open, I'm not gonna like make it full screen again, so I can see the background right now. The background is not very fucking tasteful. By God, like you wanted to do me a double whammy of Pain Train? Come on! So glad I didn't have a fucking webcam back then. You're fucking straight up seen me cry. Still glad I managed to stop by the end of the credits.
祈りや願いじゃない。確信できるんだ。約束してくれたから。約束の光をもらったから。暖かいまどろみの中でだって、温かみを感じられる特別な光だから。だから、この光の差す方向を見れば、ほら、そこに思い出の続きが待っている。私たちの太陽系はね、秒速 19km くらいの速度でヘルクレス座に向かって移動してるんだって。その方向ってね、こと座に近いんだよ。地球はこと座のベガに向かって移動してるの。この星はね、七夕の織姫に会いに行ってるんだよ。だからね、メア。いつかこの星は織姫に会えるのね。織姫のところには 天の川を渡った彦星と息子星もきっといるから、みんなにも会えるのね。そうだよ。だからこの星から見上げる七夕の星は少しずつ輝きを増していく。近づくほど光を強くしていく。私たちを大きく照らしてくれるんだよ。あとどのくらい？あとどのくらいでこの星は織姫に出会うの？だいたい32万5000年後だよ。すっごく遠い。そうだね。そんなに遠いとみんないなくなってるかもしれない。七夕の星もこの星も私たちもみんないなくなってるかもしれない。なくならない。たとえ星がなくなっても光はなくならない。光はずっとそこにあるから。何十億年も何百億年もそこにあるから。私たちの光はいつまでもいなくならないんだよ。じゃあ会えるの？会える。私たちは七夕の星たちに出会えるよ。だからそれまでにどんな挨拶をしたらいいか考えておかないとね。お母さんはなんて言うの？今日も一段と輝いてますねって。他に今後も変わらぬご愛顧をよろしくお願いしますって。
Oh, hey, he also has a necklace now. Sheesh, Yume, what is it with... What is it with you and that advertisement phrase?
ようくん、遅かったね。
He's looking like a fucking strapping young lad now. Certainly better than his dad. His dad looks kind of washed up.
もう二人で星見始めちゃったよ。
Well, the science center's opening was today, so I had my hands full. Another day of unpaid overtime.
ようくん、若き館長さんなのに。
Just contend to remember, I'm no different from any of the other employees.
残業代も役員報酬ももらえないなら、横領とか脱税とかしとけばいいよ。
Yume, what the fuck? You can't just casually suggest tax evasion like that. Come on, we're not Yoshi here. You know what? Fuck it. Just because of this, I'm calling this part tax evasion just to confuse people. That's not the kind of thing you say, but it was a joke. What's wrong, Mia? Don't like stargazing with your family? Don't like stargazing with your family? Not celebrating Tanabata with Dad and Mom would make you happy.
そうじゃない。ちょっと考えてたの。
What about?
宇宙について。
Oh, you're thinking pretty big there, I'll say.
宇宙にはたくさんの神々、たくさんの人々、たくさんの星々が住んでいる。ここから見上げる空だけでもいろんな星が浮かんでる。青白い星、白い星、黄色い星、赤い星。それこそ星の数だけあるたくさんの中でどうやって選んだのか。たくさんの中でどうしてあなただったのか。私はようくんを選んだのか。こら、ちゃんとお父さんって呼ばないと。いや、お母さんだってようくんって呼んでるし。なんで対抗されてるんだろう。
Try calling me Dad, Mia.
いや、
Well, I expected that.
私がこの世で最も嫌いなものの一つがようくんをお父さんって呼ぶことなの。だから嫌。なんか面白い子に育っちゃったね。
Well, that what makes Mia who she is. Our beautiful little girl.
バカバカ。
True.
頭撫でちゃダメ。
I guess it's about time to go home.
そろそろってようくん来たばっかりだよ。
Well, I mean, your body'll grow cold if you stay outside long.
平気だよ。ラジオ体操だって第2まで通してできるよ。ダメダメね。娘からダメ出しされた。お母さん調子に乗ってるとすぐ体調崩すし、そうなるとヨウくんが仕事ほっぽって看病するし。ヨウくん、明日も平日だから仕事なのに。
You really are. You're really a responsible little girl, aren't you, Mia?
別に。
Thanks to you, I can catch on to when Yume's pushing herself, pretending to be all okay.
別に。無理なんかしてないのにな。ダメダメ。またダメ出しされた。ヨウくんが無理してる時も、私が言ってあげるか
Yeah, I'm counting on you.
ら。しょうがないから頼まれてあげる。
And the two of us will protect you. We'll go on
バ
supporting you.
カバカ。照れてるね。照れてない。
Let's continue this next Saturday then. Though, you know, I really would be grateful if they made Tanabata a national holiday.
ちょっと残念だけど、星見はこれからもできるからね。
Alright, anytime we want.
夏は始まったばかりだものね。どうしたの？今、流れ星。
Spotted one.
うん。でも、消えちゃった。
Managed to make a wish in
別
time.
に。なんて願ったの？別に。なんて願ったの？頭撫でちゃダメ。
Well, Yumu, we can get that out of her once we're back home.
そうだね。ご飯もう作っておいたよ。私も手伝った。
Thanks, you too.
うん。だって普通のことだもの。我が家でヨウくんの帰りをご飯を作って待っている。食べる前にお帰りなさいって言ってあげられる。私も言う。ヨウくんにお帰りなさいって言う。じゃあ二人で先に帰ってヨウくんを出迎えよっか。
It's fucking adorable. I am putting this back up now, though, because I'm paranoid, and Mare might be coming back, feeling the warmth of the pendant hanging around my neck with my hand. I'm a little behind the two loves of my life, walking ahead of me, hand in hand.
お帰りなさい。そして、ただいま、ヨウくん。
I can roughly tell what she's just said, I think. Anyways, but I'm shooting stuff in. They were like, welcome home, and also I'm back, yo, or something like that, I think. Fucking knows, really. Nobody. That's a fun, it's a trick question, you say. There we go. That was the route for good old Yume. It's weird, only one of the ZG galleries in here is not set as complete, namely Chinami's. And for some reason, on the thumbnails for his CGs, it's just straight up one of the H-scene CGs. And it's not even like the CG it is showing me. Oh, because they just straight up don't have the Naked Apron CG just on here. So they basically like pushed everything forward a bit. It's really weird. Anyways, there's only like one CG left, which is the quote-unquote Mare route. that apparently only really exists for the sake of we want a HC with Mare, which is fucking wrong. But hey, people are going to complain if I don't do that, so who knows, maybe I'll just try to do that right this second anyways. I hope you guys enjoyed this one and see you next time, bye-bye.